Hi folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 16 in our Toy from 1983 series. And this was a cool color vector game by Atari with three different types of stages to it. A shooting stage, a lunar lander type of stage, and a maze exploration type of stage. And this is called Major Havoc. And this was pretty fun. This was a pretty cool idea. It's one of the later entries in the vector game genre, but there's a control panel. You have not a trackball but a roller ball that only goes left and right, and you have like a shoot and shield and a jump button. And there, like I said, there are three different scenarios. This is the second. You're landing on the surface of a space station that has a nuclear reactor that you need to go into on foot, touch it, and then get the hell out. You have low gravity jumping, and you have a one-use shield when you're doing your exploration in here. You'll note that there is reactor time at the top right, and if it's 0, then the space station blows up. You'll be able to go to the next area, but you'll have lost a life. But yeah, this is pretty cool for its time. I kind of enjoyed it. I think I saw this first at, maybe it was the Hydro Tubes arcade water theme park. But yeah, I enjoyed this. This was pretty fun. The first section is a space shooting type of scene where the space station in the distance is surrounded by enemies that you need to shoot down, and they'll break away from their formation and come after you. But once you've eliminated all those enemies, then your ship will land at the top of the space station, or you try to guide it to land safely. And the further on you get in the game, the more that it becomes harder to land on the space station, and excuse me, something seems to pull your ship away from where the landing pad is, and it's hard to land on it properly. But once you do touch down safely, then you go on foot inside the space station, and you need to follow the arrows, or at least while you have them. Later on in the game, the arrows will not be there, but you need to find your way to the reactor and touch it, and then you need to make your way out of the maze before your timer runs out. And you also have an oxygen meter. If you run out of oxygen, you will die. And you have low gravity jump, and you can jump really, really, really high. And we'll go ahead and get started. I've set the default to 5 lives because I'm not very good at this. But there is a cool way to earn warps, level warps. There is a Breakout game at the bottom right before you start this whole set of scenarios, and you get a nice bonus if you can finish quickly. Then you go and touch down on the space station, and now you're on foot. And like I said, you have high or low gravity jumps. As long as you hold the jump button down, you can just keep going up higher and higher. Whoops, you can bonk your head quite easily or run into a wall. That was pretty easy, wasn't it? Like I said earlier, you have a one-use shield, and you can hold down the shield button, and you can absorb a hit by one enemy. It kind of sucks that you only get one. I'll show you later on how to use the Breakout game and get level warps. That'll come later in this video. But here's the next landing sequence. Gets harder and harder to land, but it's pretty easy early on. Now we have signs that say one way only. Note that there is oxygen that you can pick up to replenish your oxygen it says O2. But, whoop, I had to use the shield there. That sucks that you only get one. There will be laser force fields that will kill you if you touch them. Early on, you have tons of time. But there's various enemies later on in the game that will make life much tougher for you trying to escape. You get an extra life at 100,000 points. I think every 100,000 points. And now we have a, know what I'm playing, the Breakout game. You can play it for a little bit for a few extra points. This is a space maze here, and this if you're gonna destroy the walls, you have to shoot them a lot. And soon the maze will start scrolling towards you, and you have to tightly navigate the walls. Run into one wall at all, and you're destroyed. You have to watch out for these little things moving back and forth there. Now we'll touch down on the next space station. Go inside. See that little flashing little yellow thing? That's a transporter. You get a warp to a different area. They add various enemies in the game. They can fire at you. They can bounce off walls and stuff. There's a lot of variety in this. Whoops, damn it! I didn't use the shield. Or maybe I'd already used it, I can't remember. But that sucks that it's only one use. But they add little things here and there to the space station maze that make this game quite playable, or has a high replay value. There I used my shield to take care of that bouncing guy. But yeah, you have nice low gravity jumps. Like I said earlier, right now you get out signs that tell you where to go, but later on in the game, later on in the game, you will not have those. Shit. If you die on your way out after touching the reactor, you will simply go on to the next set of stages. You can run out of the blocks in the breakout area. If you destroy them all, you will get like I think a 5,000 point bonus or something. And then the game says, wow. But you don't get a warp after that. And we'll go to the next space station. Yeah, those little O2 things will replenish your oxygen, and now you can pick up a key. Shit. There will be keys. You won't lose the key when you die, fortunately. I thought I didn't. Oh, maybe I did. Crap. But you can collect keys. Oh, there it is. You can collect keys to open doors that usually hold something pretty cool. There, I used my shield. And there's another key. Sometimes the doors that use the keys to will have a whole bunch of oxygen to pick up, and there I got a lot right there. Later on in the game, there will be these cool hover boots that you can collect from doors with keys, and those will give you, and there's the reactor that I've got to touch. Crap. I got an extra life though. The hover boots will allow you to fly. I mean, you can like fall and you can use the hover boots and you'll float back upwards. Very useful item. But that's later on in the game. There will also be a clock. It might add more time to the once you touch the reactor. I'm not entirely sure. There will be various cannons, various enemies shooting at you. that they will add in later mazes. Now I gotta get the hell out of Dodge. Like I said, if you die on the way, you simply advance to the next stage if you have lives remaining. Yeah, crap. Sometimes I kind of forgot I had a shield. But as long as you have bricks, you can keep playing the Breakout game. If you let a ball get by you, then it stops and you move to the next stage. But yeah, the stages basically repeat with the same enemies. Ah, damn it. I wish you could use a shield during the shooting segment. And I'm gonna land on the next space station. This was a cool game for its time. I mean, I like the I like the animation of him running into a wall or bonking his head on a ceiling when he jumps. Now we have red platforms that if you land on them, you will get bombarded with projectiles. So really watch yourself here. And there's the reactor. Oh shit, like that. Damn it. Well, that was my game of Major Havoc. Well, I got first place. I had to have 5 lives to do it. We're going to look at some later moments in the game here. You can choose to start on one of the levels that you've reached already. But if you use the warp trick that we'll look at later, then you can get a really nice bonus for starting on one of the later levels. We'll look at that last, but first we're going to look at there's the clock thing. Like I said, it might give you a little bit more time when you have to escape after touching the reactor. Also, there is spike traps. I have invincibility on, so they're not really doing anything to me right now. And then this is what it's like when you run out of oxygen. Then later on it'll say, if you get far, it'll say, "I can't believe you made it this far." There's some text messages sometimes. And this is the reactor deactivator. I think this is funny. It'll turn it off. You have to flip the switch above the reactor deactivator. It's just this little hand on a spring thing. There, I turned it off. Now I can turn off the reactor. And now, yeah, if you're so good, you find the path. See, it doesn't give you any hints as to where to go. And now, watch out for changing walls and floors. And now, the path in is not the path out. Once you touch the reactor, you have to find a shuttle that will take you out, and there's that shuttle. But I have not touched the reactor yet. I've got invincibility on here, so but you have to find the reactor, touch it, and then go to the escape pod. And it goes right through the electrical field there, and it crash lands. Kind of cool. And next we're going to look at the hover boots, and see there the red boots above me and to the right. And yeah, you collect those, and you can float up in the air. And if you fall, you can just press the jump button, and you'll be able to float back up. And now we have these cannons, and there's the teleport chambers there. See, it'll teleport you somewhere else in the maze. And next is we'll finish the Breakout game. and you get a 5,000 point bonus, and it says wow, and you can't play it anymore. But here's how we do the warps. Now, you have to move the controller left or right to adjust the first digit. See, it says enter red warp. You have 2 digits. You have to move left and right to set the digit, and for the red warp you want it to be 23 to warp to level 4. So you move left to right to move it to number 2, and then you press the button to serve the ball, and then you need to move left and right to change the second number to 3, and then press the button again. So let's do that now. There, I got 2, pressed it again, and now you can do the yellow warp. And here you enter 46 to go to level 9, and you do it the same way. Move left or right to set to 4, press the button to serve, and then move left and right, and then press the button when it says 6, and then you warp. Doom. And now here is the green warp, and you got to set it to 824, and then you warp to level 10. And then lastly, for the Aqua Warp, it's 315. It's 3 digits. You set it to that, and you will warp to level 13. Those are the ways to warp with the Breakout game. We'll do that. Pretty cool, and you get a really nice point bonus. You can play Breakout a little bit more for very, very small amount of points. And we'll look at me failing to land properly. If you miss the platform completely, you get zapped by a laser. And if you don't land just right, boom. Well, that was Major Havoc, game number 16 in our 20 from 1983 series. Well, this is Crazy Clemmerese, and thanks for watching. Hope you will join me soon for game number 15 in our 20 from 1983 series. Have a good one, everybody, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.